Hey folks, Sandamtod here. This is the third time I'm shooting this video. The first time I accidentally threw the file away, which irritated me. Then I started it again, and then my cat knocked a bunch of shit over in the background and irritated me. So I'm starting over again. So I need to do a big cleansing breath and let it out and just say forget it and go with it from here, and try not to say, well, I did this in the other video and I did this in the other video, and just go with it. So anyway, folks, how you doing? This is probably going, I don't know where my mind's going to go at this point, because this is the third time I've started this. But anyway, I got two eBay things in, one from two different sellers, two games with one and one for another, and I think I told you that I had gotten it, but I hadn't shown it. And then I was talking, I'm doing it anyway, I was talking about just watching some of my old videos, because I was looking for that TurboGrafx video to re-show where I got it from, and I just was like, I kind of got a little interested. I was like, oh, so that's where I found that, or that's where I got that, or boy, that was a good day, you know, with all the stuff I picked up there, you know. And there were a few little things I noticed that where I would like say, man, I still want to get this, or a box copy of this, or I want to do that, or this is missing this, I need to pick this up. And so I started kind of making a little list, and I made a list of a few things. I bought I have coming a new case for my Virtua Racing for the Genesis, because the old one I had, the case art was slit down the side, and so was the case, and I couldn't just replace the art. And it's not an original case, it's not a black one, but at least it'll fit the game. I never had the directions for it, so the case was like $4 or something, and it comes with the artwork and stuff, so I was like, fine. And I finally, like I said, picked up some of these protective sleeve things for my NES game. So I got some in the sleeves over there, and I actually got a couple sleeves on two of these here that I'm going to show. I put the sleeves on them. They didn't come with the sleeves on them, but anyway. I'm probably going to order some more of those. I really like the way they look, and I really need about another 60 or so, even though they only come in packs of 50, so I'm probably going to have to order like either 75 or 100. But really, you're better off. I think they're 20-something for 25 and like 35 for 50 of them, so you're better off just ordering the 50. But I don't want to blow. I don't want to spend another $70 on those at the moment. Also, it's the same price whether or not I get them for the NES or the Super NES, but I really need about 30 or so for the Super NES and N64 box games that I have, which means I really need to order about 50 of those. So, will do in time, but I think they look good, and I'm definitely going to do it because I think it protects them a little better, and I think they look a little better on the shelf. So, anyway, I started a little bit of a list of some things that I'm going to look on eBay for. We won't get into the list again because it's a couple of Dreamcast things and a couple of different either instructions or a case. Man, I'm missing the Phantasy Star 2 instructions. I have the map and the game in the box, but I don't have the instructions. They want $15 for the instruction booklet online, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I don't even know if I paid $15 for the whole thing at the time I bought it. But it's the only one that I'm missing the instruction book from. Actually, I think my original Phantasy Star, they said it came with the instruction book, but it was an instruction book for a different game, and they didn't look. And I was like, this isn't even the right instruction book. And they're like, well, you can send it back, or we can just, I think they gave me either a refund or a partial refund and just told me to keep the game. And I was like, fine. You know, because Phantasy Star is a decent game, but I think the other one's missing the instructions too. So, anyway, I know I got Phantasy Star 3 at Funko Land a long time ago when they used to give you the actual boxes and stuff. There for a while at Funko Land, they would have the boxes on the shelf, and you'd tell them, and they just give you the cart, and you didn't get the box. But when they very first came to town, if they had the box on the shelf, you got the box with it. So I like that better. And I did. I got a copy of Phantasy Star 3 that way. It was after I had bought Shining Force, because I think I chose Shining Force instead of Phantasy Star 3 at the time. Because Shining Force was a new series at that time, and Phantasy Star was 3 into it. And I was like, I don't know if I want to jump in on the third game or not. But, you know, I ended up buying 4 and playing it all the way through and never even really playing through the other 3. So, what are you going to do? So let's get into this stuff. Anyway, one thing that I did buy that I found out when I was kind of reviewing some of my old videos was this Game Boy Color I had. It was missing the battery cover on the back, so I bought a battery cover. It was like $4 or something. Color is negligible difference. I mean, it might just be the type of plastic it is versus the other type of plastic. But I think it looks alright. I could have just bought a black one or something, but I tried to get one that kind of matched the color. I love when I hold shit down out of frame so you can't see it, and I'm pointing at stuff and it's way over here and you can't see it. Yeah, that cover there, right there. And then I put my Zelda Oracle of Seasons in there to see if it was, I don't even know if you can see the screen, because these aren't lit screens, so. But anyway, it works, and it's cool to have a battery cover on there. Yeah, let's get to the game so we can get this video kind of wrapped up so I can actually edit it and put it together. First game I picked up, I think this was like $12 and something with shipping, so I think I only paid about $8 for the game itself. It actually came in pretty good shape. I didn't know about some of the damage to this back corner on it, but because of the pictures that they had posted. But it's this game, the Major League Baseball. Now I'm trying to get it right dead center in frame. Major League Baseball. The front of the box looks nice. Edges are nice. No real crushage. But this corner, it looks like it was dropped on it at one point. I don't think this happened in shipping, because it was packaged really well. And when I thought about it, they only showed like the front of the box and the game and stuff out to the side of it, and then I think they showed a shot of this side of the box, but not this side. So I'm not going to say dirty pool, but yeah, you know, I didn't really notice. It's not damaged enough that I'm worried about it or anything. It is complete. I don't know if I showed that. It's got the game and the direction book in here. The Nintendo sleeve is nice. And they want an arm and a leg for those sleeves online, too. Everybody's like, oh, I'll give you 20 of them for $35. It's like, they're not, I was getting them for like 25 cents a piece at Vintage Stock when they first moved to town. I would buy all of them that they had. I mean, I think they thought I was nuts, but their store really filled out my collection and stuff for a long time, and now they don't really have anything. They actually had a boxed copy of Super Mario Brothers, which I am looking for, but I don't know if it had the directions. The box was okay. I think I can get a better copy of it online if I just hold my breath and wait a while. But they wanted $50 for it, and I was like, nah. You know, especially for $50, I thought I could get a better copy. But this deal here was from one seller, this next 2 games. I wanted both of these games in box, and I had cards. But one of them I had kind of looked at a few times on a different, day, and had decided I would wait a little while and try to pick up some games that I don't have already, or that I didn't have a good copy of, where the label was like torn up or something. And one of these, the game was a little boogered. It kind of looked like somebody had taken some sandpaper almost and kind of scraped over the front of it. Not the sticker itself, but the plastic just looks scratched up. But anyway, it was an order. I thought the price was okay for what it came with. It was 2 complete box games, but they wanted $10 for the shipping, and they wanted $39.99, I think, for the game. So they wanted $40 plus 10 shipping, and I was like, that's $20 a game. I had seen the one that I had looked for prior for $18.99, you know, $16.99, and then shipping. So I mean, it was like, I thought maybe I can get a better copy of that. But this was the only box copy of the game I hadn't looked for before listed, and they came together. And so I was like, you know what? I've never. It said you know, make an best offer, you know, that kind of deal. And so I made an offer. I'd never really done that, and like I said, I just recently kind of got back on YouTube. Recently, that too, eBay, and so I was like, well, I've never done this before, but I'll make an offer, you know. And I'm not dumb. I'm not like, hey, $5, you know, but. I figured, hey, you know, if I could negate the shipping cost and maybe get it for $30 and then $10 shipping, that would be worth it to me. And so that's what I typed in. And I didn't know how long it would take to get a response to that. It said it could take a couple days. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. And so I just was looking at a couple other things, you know, window shopping. Now I'm window shopping a lot. And 5 minutes later, the thing comes through, we'll take that offer. And I was like, all right, awesome. So I went and paid pretty much straight away, and the games came pretty quick. Like I said, I put them in these sleeves myself, so this is what the sleeves kind of look like. I don't know if we'll get a glare on this, and I'll pull them out. But the first game, the one I had looked at prior, I have 2 loose carts of, so, you know, I didn't know if I really wanted to buy it, but it came with this, and I'm glad to have a complete copy now of it. I have the second one in the series, and I doubt I'll get the third or the fourth one. So, you know, they made 4 of them. So anyway, without further ado, the game is Dragon Warrior, the first one, and it looks pretty nice. The box is actually really nice, and then the protective sleeves are nice as well. I think they really add a lot to them, so I'm glad to have them. And then we'll slide it out here. And so the box, it has a little bit of like settling where stuff might have been on top of it, but it's not crushed per se. The bottom's in good shape. It's not ripped. The top flap is good. It's got both the tabs that fold in. And I think this is a copy that came out a little bit later because it's got a couple of things with it that I know my buddies didn't have when he ordered. Well, one of them definitely. It has the directions and the cart. So now I have 3, and actually all 3 of them have good labels on them. Directions, like I said, they're nice in color and a nice thick instruction book. 36 pages. And then it came with this little Dragon Warrior Adventure Guide sheet thing. And that, I didn't remember my buddy getting that with his when we ordered them in like 89 or 90, whenever we got it. But it also came with this letter from Enix saying, hey, why don't you try Dragon Warrior 2 after you beat this one? So, yeah, it definitely came out a little later, which means I don't know if there was a map also that's not here that should be or should have been. But the fact that it's got the directions and the little card and everything, I'm cool with it the way it is. I remember Nintendo Power had a little like guide that came inside it that you could it pulled out. I don't remember what I think I had a copy of it at one point, but I don't know what I did with it. So anyway, I'm not going to put that back in the sleeve thing just yet. Final one. This is the only box copy at the time that I saw online, and it actually looked in really good shape. So that's why I went ahead and was like, all right, I'll make an offer and see what happens. And I was actually pleasantly surprised that they accepted it. So anyway, the game is, without further talking about it, is A Boy and His Blob. Like I said, the cart I had looked scratched up, like sandpaper or something. Somebody had scraped on it. I mean, that's the only way I can really describe it. I don't know what a better way to say it, but game instructions. The corner's just a little bit, very tip of the corner is a little folded over, but instructions are in good shape. And this cart looks good. Mine just, I don't know, all the gray plastic part just looks scratched. And then the box is in good shape. It's got both of the end tabs, and the bottom's not split out. It didn't look like it's ever been... This one doesn't even look like anything ever was resting on it or anything. So anyway, that's 2 more to the box collection. It doesn't really increase my catalog of games. And I have another few on order. I know. A couple orders. I might have more than a few. I might have more like 5, but a couple of orders anyway. And then that's about it. I don't know if this video is shorter than the other one. I think I rambled a little more in the other one, and it might have been a little more jovial, a little more upbeat, and I might have not been kind of plowing through it like maybe I am this one. But I wanted to get something out for y'all, and I had those games since Friday, and it's Sunday evening now, so I wanted to get the video filmed. I'm going to try to do a little... I don't know, something. I'm either going to come up with a discussion topic and see if we can get some dialogue going in the comments, or maybe some responses, or maybe we'll do a challenge video of some kind or something. People can just post response videos to the challenge if they want or not. I was thinking about either doing maybe a NES Contra 3 men, no turbo controller, 3 men, and if you get extra guys, cool, but start at the beginning, see how far you can get on 3 guys and whatever extras you pick up. I tend to think, I know I never beat it on 3 men with continues, but I think the farthest I ever got, even with the continues, was like level stage 6. Whatever, the one with the big monkey guys jumping around. I think that's the one at the end. That's the farthest I think I ever got. That 5? I think that's 5 maybe. So, I don't know. I thought about doing that, or maybe a speed run Super Mario Brothers. I was trying to think of something that maybe a lot of people have, or have access to either the game or the actual emulator or something maybe. I don't really care if people use emulation or not. I've done it before to do challenge videos, so... that's about it. I mean, I guess I could show you these covers a little better up close. I don't know if you can really see them on the games, but I think they add quite a bit of protection, but also I think they make them look a little shinier, you know, and stuff, and it almost kind of squares off the edges of the boxes a little better. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes, and how many I order. It'd be nice to have ones for the Sega boxes, the cardboard Sega games I have up there, Night Trap, and I think Prince of Persia, and a couple other ones. Something, that Wonder Dog or whatever it is. I don't even remember. I've got 5 or 6 of them up there, though. So, anyway, folks, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for coming by. Sorry if I'm kind of dour in this. I think I picked it up a little bit. So, anyway, I'll talk to you later. And like I said, there'll be videos forthcoming. So, talk to you soon. Bye.